Well, you would, but you can't sell her. You ain't got the heart to tell her. She'd be loaded up and shipped off on that truck to you know where. And if you're gonna feed her, you might as well just breed her, 'cause the last thing this place needs is another open mare. It's raining horses we just may drown in a flood of palominos, paints and grays and bays and browns. It's raining horses, it's coming down. Around here it ain't cats and dogs, but colts that hit the ground. The forecast calls for foaling with zero chance of knowing if the lead or if the weather's gonna change on down the line. Well, the kids can't even ride her, 'cause what if their insider is the one that spins and slides and finally makes it all worthwhile? It's raining horses, we just may drown in a flood of palominos, paints and grays and bays and browns. It's raining horses, it's coming down. Round here it ain't cats and dogs, but colts that hit the ground. If I could only see into the future, and if a cloud was silver lining awaited there, well, I wouldn't mind so much that it keeps pouring down these ponies, and I'd make sure that I was always wet. It's raining horses, we just may drown in a sea of palominos, paints and grays and bays and browns. It's raining horses, it's coming down. Around here it ain't cats and dogs, but colts that hit the ground.
So I need to leave and let those two bond for a while and let him figure out his first breaths of life. It's very much a blessing. And she is a dolly. Mika. So this is very nice. I've come out 2 hours later, and I look at her udder there. It's kind of in the shadow, but we'll see if we can zoom in a little bit. But baby boy has nursed one tit flat, and he's polished a second tit. And so we don't need to milk her or get the bottle out or chouse them anymore. So Claire just did the conversion to human years, and how old is the cow, Claire? She's a little over 14 human years old, but she is out of a good mother line, and yeah, she does have some of that Gelbvieh growth to her, and looking at her udder, you can tell that she has some of the Gelbvieh tendencies there as well. So she's a little dolly, and I just can't be prouder of her. You're a good neepy, aren't you? You're a good neepy. So the funny thing, we might as well tell the whole story here. It's that last year, you know, we had a pretty good forage year. And so we actually had 2 Feedlot Surprises last year. And I sold one of those Feedlot Surprises to a young man that I wanted to help out. He was starting out a cow herd. And so that heifer calved, I think it was 3 days ago, and that cow was going to have twins. Unfortunately, the female, who was the first out, did not survive, had a birth defect. But when I showed up to help him out, there was a beautiful little boy on the ground, and we managed to save that little boy and get that pair all partnered up real good. And so last year I had 2 Feedlot Surprises, and both of them have live calves now. And so that is not only a mark of fertility, and you know, the things I do of always selecting, I select cows for fertility. You know, they get one chance to breed when they're a year old. So I have quite a bit of maternal fertility in my cattle. And then also, you know, obviously in my herd, if a cow loses a calf, then she gets to go to the sale barn. And so not only do, you know, they have fertility, but then I've also selected for the maternal traits. So Junior just stood up, and I have to show that, you know, he's such a little goer. I think he's hungry again, Claire.
I'm sure.
Well, that's good for his mother to be backed in the corner. That will make it easy for him to find some milk. We need to leave. Oh, mother loves little baby boy. Little baby boy, that wall is not a teat. Okay, so I've got out the calf tag bucket here, and this calf is number 13. And to me, 13 is a lucky number. But then, Claire, what is number 13?
It's unlucky to the Chinese.
Unlucky? Well, okay, I'm not Chinese. I'm American, and to me, 13 is a very lucky number. So, Claire, you see?
The calf survived.
Yeah, we're lucky the calf survived. Well, they wouldn't have if there hadn't been 2 men pulling, but look at her back. She is still laboring a little bit. I don't think she's cleaned yet, so anyway, we'll tag the calf with number 13, and he is my lucky calf.